Well, hello everybody. In this question, what we're told is Gina has a window in her house in the shape of an equilateral triangle, and the height of the window is 48 inches. She has a window shade that rises from the bottom of the window upward. This is the window shade, and when the height of the shade is 8 inches, so we're told when the height of the shade is 8 inches, the total area covered by the shade is given by this formula, and for h ranging from 0 to 48, so h could be like anywhere, what is the value of PQ? That's what we need to work out. So the first thing I thought, well, maybe we need to draw this, the altitude. So this is the altitude. Well, sort of. If we say that this is the altitude, and then if we name it A, B, C, and D, and E, F, G, name the vertices, and then we can say that obviously AC would be perpendicular to BD, and being an equilateral triangle, we know that angle AEF would be 60 degrees and angle ADC would be 60 degrees, and we are given AF is 48 inches, the height of the window is 48 inches, so we are given that AF is 48, and we are also, if that's the case, then we can find what the side of the equilateral triangle is, because in triangle AEF, we can say that tan, or rather not tan, that you say sine of 60 degrees would be equal to AF over AE. So we can say sine 60 degree is root 3 over 2, and that is equal to AF. We know what AF is, 48 over AE. So AE would be is equal to 2 times 48 over root 3, that is equal to 96 over root 3. So we know AE is 96 over root 3, and GE would also be equal to 96 over root 3, because AGE is an equilateral triangle, so AG is equilateral, and GE would therefore be 96 over root 3, and we can say that FE is equal to half of GE, and that is equal to half times 96 over root 3, and that is equal to 48 over root 3. So we can say that over root 3 FE. Okay, so once we know these, we want to find out what CD is, because that will help us find the area of the shaded part. So if I write that shaded part is a trapezium, So we need to find the area of the trapezium, and for that we need to find the length of the two parallel sides, GE and BD, or as an isosceles trapezium, I could also say is an isosceles trapezium. However, doesn't matter that much here. I must say it. It's an isosceles trapezium. So area of this, we can say triangle ACD. ACD is similar to triangle AFE. And if that's the case, then AF over FE or AF over AC, AF over AC is equal to, so it will equal to FE over CD. And AF, we know the length is 48 over AC. AC would be equal to, we know what AE is, so AC would be 48 minus H, and that is equal to FE is 48 over root 3, and that over CD is what we need to find. So therefore we can simplify it a little bit. 48 over 48 minus H is equal to 48 over root 3 times CD. So we can cancel out this, and we can say that root 3 times CD is 48 minus H. So CD is equal to 48 minus H over root 3. So that gives us CD, hence we can find BD. Therefore BD, so BD would be twice of CD over root 3. So now we know the sides and we can work out the area. The area of the trapezium that is BDEG that is equal to half times sum of the parallel sides, which is, now these are parallel sides, so BD plus GE, so BD is 2 times 48 minus H over root 3 plus GE is same as AE, that is 96 over root 3 and multiplied by the distance between them, which is H. Perpendicular distance is H. So then I can write, in simplifying it a little bit, so half times 2 times 48 minus h over root 3 multiplied by h plus half times 96 over root 3 times h. It's removing the bracket. 2 goes away. 48 over root 3h minus h square over root 3 plus 48 over root 3h. So that is equal to minus 1 over root 3 h square plus 48 plus 48 is 96 over root 3h. So according to the question, the area is given by this formula. So we just have to equate this. So A equals PH square plus QH. So we are given that A equals PH square plus QH. Hope I got it right. Yes. And that's the area of the shaded part, and this is also equal to A. So we can write, therefore, PH square plus QH equals minus 1 over root 3 h square plus 96 over root 3h. Therefore, P is equal to minus 1 over root 3. We can just write before that equating the coefficients. We can say P is equal to minus 1 over root 3 and Q is equal to 96 over root 3. So they've asked us to find PQ. So PQ would be minus 1 over root 3 multiplied by 96 over root 3, that is equal to minus 96 over 3, and that is equal to minus 32, and that is the answer.